Hey, what's good? It's your boy G Marcus Winters TV, back with a brand new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, you can tell by the title, we're gonna be doing a book review from Nipsey Hussle's new book, Marathon Don't Stop, The Life and Times of Nipsey Hussle. I'm just gonna give you my insight, what I thought about the book. I read the book for a good 3 days. It was really cool. There was a couple of things about Nipsey like I had no idea about, and most things, I would say 70% of the stuff in there I already knew, and 30% I found out some stuff. As a person, I felt like, you know, what he did for the community, how he tried to change the world, like it was a really dope thing. I found like the proceeds go to his estate, goes to his children, goes to his family, and that's really dope. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me support the book. Let me actually buy the book. Only one person did a book review on it, which was my boy Professor Charles. Shout out to him. Definitely check him out. He does a lot of reviews on shows. He's starting to like expand a little bit. So like 70% of the things I already knew about Nipsey based on interviews and documentaries, like fan-made documentaries at that, I already knew about him. But I would say a couple of things from the book. I don't want to give the whole book away, so I definitely give you guys a couple of things I got from the book. The book had like a lot of fluff inside of it. I'll give you guys a heads up. And when I say fluff, I mean they just put things in about LA, a lot of stuff that like they just really dragged out. So where I'm just like, yo, like why is there so much things in here? And we're not really talking about Nipsey. Streets of LA, they talked about the gang culture, they talked about those type of things. And I'm just like, I'm here for Nipsey. It says the life and times of Nipsey Hussle. It doesn't say the life and times of LA or the LA Crips. It doesn't say nothing like that. It was whatever, it was cool. Like I got through it. Once I got through it, like that part, I'll just say straight up, I did not really enjoy about the book. I didn't even enjoy. If you're gonna talk about a little piece of something, that's fine. I have no problem with that. And I felt like a lot, they just kept fast forwarding and rewinding. So you'll be talking, you'll go from his childhood, then you'll go to when he got killed. You go to when he got killed to when he signed his deal. So it was told, of course, by Lauren London, Big Boy, Big U, his brother. Like, it was told from their, their point of view. Like, they went into details about all the books that he read. I found that to be good. I mean, of course, you could get that from the interviews, but in the book, more detail. They went more detail inside, like, what the books were about. Like, the thing I liked about it, too, was they talked a lot about, like, the investments that he made for the community. Like, he really was a guy about the community. They ain't calling Neighborhood Nip for nothing. They talk about his childhood. They talk about the gang cultures in LA. He was really about his community, and I definitely respect that. He employed, the fact that he employed convicts, people that couldn't get a job, like I definitely respect that. And that was really dope. Like they really talk about that like heavy in the book. The investments that he made was always to buy back the block. It was always to give back to the community, and I definitely respect that about him. His relationship with Lauren, how they met, that was really dope. Like I liked what they talked about there. Like the little connection that they had, how they had broke up and got back together. Like that was cool. Like he already knew the albums that he was about to put out. One of the albums was called Exit Strategy. That was really dope. I'm happy that they put that inside the book. Something that was interesting to me was Reggie Bush, like he tried to start a foundation for Nipsey and his children, like, so they could have something when they get older. And the family turned it down. I found that very interesting. I was like, wow, like, but I respect it. In the book, it says that, the kids, and I agree, I think so, like the kids are well taken care of. It's like, yeah, they turned it down. I didn't know nothing about that. I had no idea at all that he worked with Phoenix Shakur, that she kind of gave him like a little chance, like, to like rap, perform. That was really cool. Like Tupac's mom, of course, if you guys don't know, he worked with her before as far as like performing at Tupac events, like the Better Days album. Like it was a Better Days album release. I never knew about that. Like that was something that was very interesting to me. I was like, wow, like he was around for that. Like, wow, that's interesting. This was Better Days, I think, came out when I was in high school. I'm not sure. So they said that he went to Interscope Records, and they was just like, they wanted him to be a dancer. That was hilarious. They told him to get like, they wanted him to be more like on a poppy type of field, I guess. They wanted him to hit the gym, get some muscles, get a little brolic or whatever, and they wanted him to do dance dance moves, which was funny as hell. He got up and he walked out. He was not with it. I found that hilarious. But I never knew that he went to Africa and he came back with a broken arm because he got into some kind of altercation about some girls out there. So I think they jumped him and like they broke his arms. Like, all of us some chicks, like damn, like oh man. I guess they don't play about the women over there. I guess they don't play. I don't know exactly what the situation was. I don't think they went into detail about it, but yeah, it was definitely over some chicks, and yeah, they broke his arms. Oh, something that was really cool that I definitely respected him and I had no idea was he taught himself how to engineer. He couldn't afford to get an engineer, so what he did was he just learned how to do it himself. He perfected it himself, and I was like, wow, that's really dope right there. Like, that's very inspiring for all those out there. Like, I would definitely tell people, learn how to do your own stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to master as much as possible. Like, if you could do it on your own, yeah. Because when you have a business, you got to know every single thing. You got to know more than your employees. So it's like, hey, I have to learn how to do this on my own. Something that was very freaking interesting, like, it was a XXL freshman cover. The XXL freshman cover. It was Big Sean, it was J. Cole was on it also. They told the story like where J. Cole came mad late. Everybody in the shoot was supposed to wear black, or, you know, basically most of the attire being black. Nipsey was not having it. Nipsey said, nah, he totally disobeyed them. He wore blue on the cover. I was just like, wow. Like, I found it hilarious, but yeah, but like everybody else is in black, you know, got little, you know, colors, you know, not too much, but, you know, it's mostly black. Like, he stood out with his blue. Another thing that was interesting was nobody from Cali signed him, man. He did not like that. He was very tight about that. So I was very surprised to hear that he dissed Dr. Dre on the marathon. I was like, what? He dissed Dr. Dre? I was like, damn, everybody comes to Dre, man. I feel like Dr. Dre, everybody comes to Dre. They're always picking on Dre. And Dre just chills back. He doesn't say anything. He just lay back, don't say nothing in response. Like, he just a little quick shot fire, nothing really crazy. But he basically was like, F it, like, whoever, you know, if you want to take it that way, take it that way. Comment down below if you've been called that, if you've been knew that. Another thing about Nipsey I thought was really dope, and I was the same way when it comes to the YouTube thing. He didn't tell people he rapped until he got some great music out, and that's when he was like, all right, you know what, I'm not going to say nothing until I can really just give you some bangers. And that's dope. Never announce what you're gonna do until you accomplish it. Like, and I felt like that's very dope. Like, that's a real dope thing. I didn't tell people on YouTube until like I was getting closer to it, until I knew I had a release date, I was gonna put out the video. I found it really crazy how the person that killed him is in protective custody. Like, that, I had no idea. Fearing for his life that, you know, he's gonna get killed in prison. They said a lot inside the book that, yeah, when he was alive, he wasn't that popular. I was just like, wow, which was the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on Nipsey, you know. Cause like I said, I was definitely a fan. But they said that he wasn't really popular when he was alive, and like he's more popular when he died. Like, and I'm just like, wow, like that's an interesting thing to say. The fact that they really said that throughout the book, I was like, wow. And they said that he felt the same way too. Like, he wasn't really as big while he was alive. Like, he didn't say that, you know, of course, but I was like, wow. Like, that's really a sad thing, because now that, you know, he's dead, people love him. People that's never heard his music love him. People that heard his music and just, like, you know, kept going. It was a good read. It could have been a little better. Like, I feel like they should have really talked more about his life and stop being so repetitive. They were too repetitive and kept going back and forth. So like I said, the book, it was cool. Like, I would say the book, like, for me being a fan of him and knowing most of the things in the book already, I would say that this book, I would give it like, I'll give it like a 6.5. A 6.5, depending on the day, it could be a 7, but I'll give it a 6.5. It was a cool book. So like, it was definitely a book I would say, if you want to know about him, like more about him or whatever, and like you don't really do the interviews, you don't listen to the interviews and things like that, I would say, yeah, you could definitely pass that book to somebody. You could definitely do that. It's not a bad book. The way it is for me is because I already know most of these things. It's not really something I'm like, oh my god, this was like the best thing I ever read. But it was cool. I'm happy I was able to support Lauren and the family. I'm happy I was able to support them. That's like the big thing for me, support the family. But it's a good book. Comment down below if you read the book or if you're gonna get that book. Like, definitely comment down below if you even started. Tell me if I, like, listen, if I rated the book too low, too high, what you thought about it. Like, what was your personal opinion about the book? Please like, comment down, subscribe, comment down below. Hit your boy up on GMarcusWintersTV on Instagram and Twitter. I'm active on both accounts. It's your boy GMarcusWintersTV signing off. You guys have a great one.